Hi, this is Josh Ritter, and you're listening to 101.9 KINK Radio in the Skype live studio.
So, you seem like a happy guy.
Yeah.
I mean, I read a review of one of your performances that described you as like bordering on like giddy. Is that like a performance thing? Are you always like that?
I think there's times when you can't help but be ecstatic for no reason, and I'm sure there's a word for it. But it happens on stage for sure, and I'm lucky for that. I know a lot of people who are fantastic musicians who don't have that experience on stage. So I do feel lucky for it, you know.
Where are you living these days?
I live in Brooklyn. Yeah, my family moved. We moved upstate New York and into an old farmhouse, and we sat around a stove for 2 years and decided to move to Brooklyn.
Much trendier farmhouses in Brooklyn.
So yeah.
So you're from Idaho originally?
Yes.
Where do you consider home? Do you consider Brooklyn home or Idaho home, or are there lots of homes?
You know, there's a thing about being on the road as much as I am, and that is that you learn to post up wherever you are. You know, and you know I travel with my family, so I've got them nearby, and on a good night, wherever you're playing feels like home. Really, you know.
I know you wrote a book at one point, and
Yeah.
I saw you wrote a book review for the New York Times for the Devil All the Time, which is a great book. Do you feel like writing music inspires you to write books, or reading books inspires you to write music, or
I think that there's just you know, it's like you know, if you got the boogie woogie in you, you know, it's got to come out, and that in my case, it's writing, and you know, writing is just water. It just needs a form. You know, and I think you spend a lot of time studying the form, but when it happens naturally, it's beautiful writing should just be beautiful writing, you know, and you just try and always write beautifully.
You've been playing, yeah. You've been playing with the Royal City Band for a while now.
Yeah.
Do you ever consider like playing with a different band to try to change up your sound? Are you really comfortable with them?
I do a lot of kind of format changes, because I think that it's important to, you know, I started playing solo, and as time went on, I kind of a band sort of began to shape. But I like playing in other ways. You know, I've done stuff with you know, a classical violinist, or done stuff with a smaller ensemble. It's always fun to switch it up, and it's important, you know. But I consider the band to be the fence post that I fly back to most often, you know.
You have a new album out, Sermon on the Rocks. It was recorded in New Orleans, and it definitely has a different feel than your other albums. What was the inspiration for that?
Well, you know, it was you know, I think any album starts, or any kind of creative like jump start, I think really kind of starts with sort of a profound disappointment in oneself, and you kind of want to like pick it up and smash things and start over again, and that's really how this record started. You know, I just wasn't happy with the way I was working, and I realized that I needed to make changes in myself. And one of the first things I did was realize that, you know, if I want to go and record in New Orleans, I should do that, you know. I'm a rock star, and I should go and do that, and that's what we did, and it was fantastic, and it was not like a very practical thing to do, but it was the thing that became an adventure for the band and me, and a great experience.
Well, we want to hear some more music from the rock star. He's playing another sold-out show at Revolution Hall tonight. Give it up again for Josh Ritter.